sorry, Carlos Resto from La Voz Hispana. We are here in the museum, Discovery Museum in Bridgeport, Connecticut. We are with Dennis Merrick, the Secretary of State, that she's trying to make it again in November. And before I continue, let's talk to her and describe what is the position for the Secretary of State.
The Secretary of State does a number of things. It's a big office. We register businesses. So if you want to start a business in Connecticut, you come to our office. But also, most famously, we do elections. Actually, elections are run in all the towns, but the Secretary of State's office has lawyers and others to make sure the laws are followed.
For the first time when you ran, that was 4 years ago?
No, 8.
8 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, 8 years ago, and she still had the spirit to go for the third term. Now, can you describe why you keep trying to improve to these businesses, to this position, to be part of the solution that we have in our politics field? Can you describe to the people that have seen it?
Absolutely. I think we're in a very difficult time in America, and particularly voting rights are at risk. There are many states that have passed laws that have barriers to voting, including photo IDs are required, citizenship papers are required. These laws are very specifically to stop Hispanic voters from being able to exercise their right to vote. That will not happen in Connecticut, not with me here, because I want more people. And that has been what I've tried to do the entire 8 years of my administration, to get more people access to voting, because that is their right.
We know that the movement of the Democratic Party had changed with the new administration. What happened in Pennsylvania this week, is a movement that people realize that when you participate, it's a big change. Now we have new citizens from Puerto Rico after what happened in Hurricane Maria. Do you think in the power of politics, the voters as the more important thing for the elections, what you can tell them, the new citizen that came from Puerto Rico?
Oh, it is so important that those citizens, just because they lost their home, doesn't mean they lost their right to vote. And it's more important than ever that you come to vote. We are training people to get out, register these new folks who have just come here. But it still means you're here, you're a citizen of this country, and you have a right to vote and should vote. It's more important than ever because we need to take care of Puerto Rico. I think it's shocking what this administration has not done. And there are those of us who have fought very hard to make sure that we get more aid to Puerto Rico before more horrible things happen. It's been a terrible, almost, 8 months? And it's still terrible down there. I have many friends who have family that are still there or that have moved to Connecticut. So there's no more important issue right now. And I think we can help a lot.
We know that you have some challenges for the primary. Can you ask people for their help in case they want to help you in the campaign?
Sure, thank you. Yes, I do have a campaign if they want to come volunteer and help. Mostly what I'd love to do is see more people helping us get people registered and voting. So there will be volunteer opportunities. My campaign is on the website. It's DeniseMerrill2018.com. I will be on all the radio stations. I will be on the television stations promoting the idea that everyone needs to come out. We need to fight back right now.
Can you remind them when is the primary to make sure that they know in Connecticut when that happens?
Yes, because no one ever knows because it's in the summer. It's in August. It's the first Tuesday in August, and there will be. We will try to get out the word on that. But it's very important that come out and vote for primaries. I know particularly Puerto Rican voters aren't used to the fact that there's so many elections. So because in Puerto Rico, election day is a big celebration. Here, it's not so much like that. But the primary is in August. The election is November 6th.
Now that you have some challenges, you have 8 years experience.
Yes.
What makes you the best candidate for that position? how can you tell them that you are the best candidate?
Now more than ever, I think experience matters. It is not a good time to change to someone who has no experience, particularly in elections. I have been a national voice along with my friends, Alex Padilla, Nelly Gorbea. We do have 2 Puerto Rican secretaries of state. They're wonderful. We have fought together to make sure that we have no more incursions on our voting rights. So I have the experience and I have the heart.
Secretary, thank you very much. Have a beautiful campaign.
Thank you.
And I hope you will be the victor in November.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Carlos Resto. You cannot see me, you can hear me. Yo soy Carlos de la Voz Hispana de Connecticut with another interview with one of the candidates for treasurer, and his name is Arunan. Now, Arunan, can you tell our people who you are and why you are running for this position?
Sure. Yeah, I'm an attorney in Hartford. I work with financial firms. A lot of the same types of firms the Treasurer's Office invests with: venture capital funds, private equity funds, investment banks. But I'm running for treasurer because I think that this is a critical time in our state. And I'm concerned about our future. I'm really hopeful about our future too. I think that this is a great state with a lot of assets, and I want to help build a better state for my kids and for all of our kids.
Now, why you make that running? A lot of people are running, a female, young like you, minority like you, African American, other immigrants.
Sure.
Now, what is the difference between you and them?
Yeah, look, we all have really great experience. I think there's a great group of candidates, but I've tried to really talk about the ideas of what I'd like to do in the office. I've put forward a vision, a roadmap for where we need to go. And so I've said, number one, I think we need to deal in a serious way. We need to tackle head-on our unfunded pension liabilities, because that threatens the financial security of our state. It threatens the retirement security of hardworking men and women who have served our state. And so I've been out front with the only proposal to restructure our unfunded pension liabilities going down the road. And so that's number one. I think that's the biggest issue that's going to face the next treasurer. I think we can't keep burying our heads in the sand on that. Number two, I've said that I think we can use the role to be a voice in economic development, to push for a long-term economic development plan, to be an advocate for our state's businesses. And number three, I promise to invest with values, with my values, and to use the fund to push for greater corporate responsibility, to use the fund to push for greater good.
Politics are changing in America. Millennials are getting involved in a new politics because brown and colored people are getting and taking position for the state, government. Now you have the Latino voters waiting for somebody that help them. How can you tell them or ask for their help? What is your webpage, numbers, or anything that can help in your campaign?
Sure. Yeah, you can go to arunanforct.com, ARUNAN forct.com for our webpage. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. But we're building a really diverse coalition of supporters, which I'm really proud of, a really grassroots level of support all across the state. We'd love to get you involved. I'd love to talk to you more about my ideas and hear yours, and I think that's an important part of the process. I think it's important for us people of color to be involved in the process. I think we add perspective, we add voices, and if there's one thing that Connecticut voters see, it's that the same old way of doing things isn't working anymore. And so we need more voices at the table. We need new voices at the table.
Well, good luck in your campaign. I hope that everything goes for you in the primary, and let's see what happens in November.
Thank you.
This is Carlos Resto from La Voz Hispana. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Carlos Resto for La Voz Hispana. I'm here with the candidate Sean Wooden for treasurer, and he's gonna tell us who, why, and when he's gonna run for this position. Who is Sean Wooden?
So Sean Wooden, I'm a practicing lawyer for 20 years in public pension fund investments. I'm a kid that grew up in the north end of Hartford, Connecticut, youngest of 6. Grew up without much, but great values from my parents, and I worked hard, and got scholarships to go to college and went to law school and came back home to Connecticut and started my career as a lawyer. I worked for the AFL-CIO. I've been the city council president in Hartford, Connecticut. I spent 4 years doing that, and I spent my life dedicated to fighting for people and working families.
Sean, this position is so important for the state of Connecticut. Can you explain to them in a short, idea, in a short sentences, why it's so important to be a treasurer?
It's important to be a treasurer because the treasurer controls the pension assets for the retirees of the state of Connecticut. The treasurer controls the state bonding and borrowing for schools, roads, bridges, all the things we need in the state of Connecticut. Connecticut also gets involved with the Connecticut Housing Finance Authority, has a seat on the board, right? So affordable housing throughout the state. This treasurer can help small businesses by making sure they have access to capital. The treasurer can help invest in jobs and bringing our economy back in the state. So there's lots of things that the treasurer can do to impact our everyday life.
Okay, you have voters in front of you. Why you are the best candidate for this position? Can you tell them?
I'm the best candidate for this position because I'm the most qualified based on my years of practice in this area, based on my experience in government, based on my experience in working for working people and fighting. I'm the most qualified, and also you can trust my values and ultimately know that I'm on your side. Thank you.
Now, if anybody want to help you to make that possible, how they can help you?
They can help by going to ShawnWooden.com. That's ShawnWooden.com.
And the primary will be in the dates for the primary?
So the primary will be the second Tuesday in August. And so it'll be hot this summer, but we'll be working to get out the vote.
Thank you very much. And this is Carlos Esto from La Voz Hispana de Connecticut. Hi, you cannot see me, but I am Carlos Resto from La Voz Hispana de Connecticut. I'm here with two distinguished persons. We have Christopher Rosario, representante estatal, state representative for Bridgeport in legislature in Connecticut, and the mayor of Bridgeport. And he's a new candidate for governor. He is Joseph Gannon. Now, how can you tell me about this candidate? How can he can make the difference?
Oh, I think, first of all, bienvenido a la ciudad de Bridgeport. Un placer tener a ustedes aquí, la voz, aquí en la ciudad. Pues el alcalde Gannon está luchando para las ciudades. The mayor is a big fighter for cities, and right now I don't think there's a gubernatorial candidate out there that's really fighting for our cities like Bridgeport, Hartford, New Haven. Ahí es donde está la concentración de la comunidad latina, una comunidad que necesita ayuda, una comunidad que son bien fuertes aquí en este estado, y yo creo que el alcalde es una persona que tiene esa visión para ayudar a las ciudades.
Mayor, why make you the best candidate for that seat in the government, to be a governor?
Let me just say, what Representative Rosario said is the heart and soul in many ways of jobs for Bridgeport, for Connecticut. That's why we're pushing for a casino bill. Not because we love gambling or anything like that. It's because we want jobs. Jobs for people in Connecticut, jobs for people in our cities. So that's what that's about. But I've talked about what drives me is helping people, certainly, and caring about Connecticut. And I say, in many ways, that I want to build a new Connecticut economy that works for everyone, not just for a few people, but for everyone. And that includes the Latino community, of course, the African American community, of course, the white community, everyone. I want people that feel their voices aren't being heard. That's what we need to do. And that's why I'm running. I care. I think I bring the skill set from running the state's largest city when it was in difficult financial times, and working with great leaders like Chris Rosario, the Bridgeport delegation, the city council, and people around Connecticut and around the country to do just what we've been doing together.
You know, Connecticut is the only 5 states in 50 states that have governor, Democrat, and both chamber of the state. Now, this will be the third term by a Democratic governor. Why you can bring something different from the other two administrations?
Here's what's important. We're going to fight for safer schools, with common sense gun laws. We're going to fight for better quality education for children no matter where they go to school. We're going to fight for jobs, as we talked about, but even a better environment. Even where we're sitting here today as part of Bridgeport, we have a beautiful environment all over the state of Connecticut. It's why people want to live here. Of course, quality health care, of course, a decent wage. And if we talk about those things and vision for Connecticut as an agent for change, to make it better for people, it's not going to matter who was before us or what they did right or wrong. It's going to be about what we embody, what we embrace, and what we present to people in Connecticut. And that's why I think we'll not only be a winner in the election, but the state of Connecticut will be a winner.
I know that state of Connecticut is in deficit for actually more than 3 terms. Governor Malloy has tried to balance it. You know the experience, Rosario. What is the new formula? I think you think will be marijuana, will be charging the tolls, will be what? What you think gonna bring that number that can balance the budget?
Let me lead, and then it's going to probably be all of that. If people think they're going to fix this budget problem without making tough decisions, then they shouldn't even be running. I've done this before with a bankrupt city. Chris has been there as part of helping the state of Connecticut. We've worked together with stuff that's important in Bridgeport. So you're going to make tough. We're going to make tough decisions. You're not going to cut. You're not going to tax your way out of this. It's going to take the same type of experience that I think I brought for 14 years in the city of Bridgeport. Partnerships. I've said partnerships, and this leads to Mr. Rosario, our great state representative, with union leadership, or with labor and with management, with business communities, with government, with community groups, with local government and with state government. And that's where this man has been a leader. And we turn it over to Chris.
I think that in order to move the state forward, we have to start looking into the future. Inventar tecnología en el futuro, educar nuestra comunidad. We need to educate our community. When the state was strong, the cities were strong. Cuando el estado estaba fuerte, las ciudades estaban fuertes. Bridgeport, Hartford, New Haven, Waterbury, había trabajo. Pero ahora lo están neglectando, están cortando los fondos. Necesitamos invertir en la gente de las ciudades. We need to invest in our cities so that they can lead the way.
Thank you.
Now, this is the part that we are discussing.
I want to stop for a second. You're not going to get this with the noise. I'll be happy to answer. I think you're going to get it with the noise.